Actor John Lithgow is back on Broadway in a one-man show. He tells stories from his own childhood in the new play, Stories by Heart. Entertainment reporter Sandy Kenyon sat down with him, and he's here now with that conversation. Sandy?
Sandra, the new solo show by John Lithgow is a memoir of sorts, a way to remember his childhood and honor his parents by recalling those stories he heard as a boy. And because it's a great star doing the telling, the show is also very entertaining. John Lithgow plays more than a dozen parts in the course of telling stories by heart. But one very real character is never far from his mind.
My father is forgotten. He was never a celebrity as it was, but he was a man of incredible achievement and creativity and talent in the theater.
Arthur Lithgow worked far from Broadway in regional theater.
My childhood, while it was going on, was a big mess and very upsetting, because I was constantly changing schools, meeting new friends, saying goodbye to friends.
One constant was this volume of stories.
It's called Tellers of Tales.
His dad read to his kids from it, just as Lithgow does now on stage.
This is my only prop, and in fact, it's my co-star. It's a book, and the book contains 100 stories, but I performed 2 of them.
You see, the concern he'd been working for sold canned goods.
The star discovered the book in his parents' home when he went there to give them comfort after his dad had a serious operation.
He was so depressed, and we sort of knew if he doesn't cheer up, we've lost him.
Which is when the son hit upon the idea of reading from the very book his father had read to him.
And by God, it's brought him back to life. He laughed. It was the first time he'd laughed in months.
It was like the engine of an old car starting up after years of disuse.
Today, his legacy comes alive at every performance by a loving son.
My father comes back.
His father and mother have both passed away, but they lived to see their son's success. John Lithgow has earned 2 Tony Awards for his work on Broadway and might get another for Stories by Heart.